Hey, today I'm going to talk about what are the best cards to use for dining. We all work pretty hard, I think, and we shouldn't always just eat Thai fun. Sometimes we want to eat something nicer. And these cards will help you get some cashback as well as rewards back from your spending at the restaurant or eatery. The first thing you should be aware of before knowing what cards to use for your dining is that different restaurants can actually have different merchant category codes. Now, you can be at an eatery that looks like a restaurant, have prices like a restaurant, but their merchant category code is actually fast food for some reason. So you need to be aware of this so that you will not use the wrong card and then miss out getting your rewards. The main MCCs for dining out would be 5812, which are for restaurants, and 5814, which are for fast food restaurants. And then there's also 5813 for bars and drinking places. So there are some pubs that might be classified under this. So it looks like a restaurant, but then it appears as 5813 on your credit card. And of course, there are also restaurants found in hotels, and be aware that may fall under hotels MCC instead of 5812, which you expect. Now we roughly know what MCCs are. We have to move on to the first card on my list, which is Maybank Family and Friends, which gives a whopping 8% cashback on dining out. But do take note, it's only for 5812. So this card, while the rewards are quite good, can be a little tricky to use because again, there are some restaurants that really look like restaurants and they charge you restaurant prices, but they are coded under 5813 or 5814, and you will not get your 8% cashback if you use your Maybank Family and Friends card at these places. Now, even places like Sushi Express or Aston's are counted as 5814 according to a helpful member in my Telegram group. So this can be very, very confusing to use. And there are a few ways you can actually ensure that your spending is 5812. And number one would be to share data points in Telegram groups like mine. Of course, this is not the best of solutions, but there is some info to work with. The number two would be to actually spend using your Maybank card and then see whether this was an eligible expense within your Maybank's Treats app. And lastly, you can actually use a DBS card, go and pay for your transaction, and then look at the MCC from within your banking portal, the Digibot chat app at the bottom of the screen here. Now, some people have realized that you can actually set a block on your card, charge the card first, and then go and look at the MCC and then use the proper card. But of course, this might not be the most practical when you're trying to make payment and leave after your dinner. So maybe the best way to deal with this is just don't rely on Maybank Family and Friends. I think it's too much trouble, although 8% is very, very delicious. Okay, you can actually use the next card on my list, which is UB Evo, which gives you 6.67% cashback. Now it says 8% cashback, but we've been through this discussion many times, right? The maximum cashback you can get from this card is around 6.67% because of the various cashback caps. But it's still a very, very good rate to have, and it will work at any restaurant regardless of MCC 5812 or 5814 because UB Evo only cares whether or not it is a paywave transaction. So the good thing about UB Evo is that everywhere that accepts credit cards these days tend to also accept paywave, and therefore you don't need to care whether it's a fast food restaurant, a dining place, or a gastropub. As long as they accept paywave, you can get your high cashback using your UB Evo card. Just make sure to add the card to your mobile phone and use your mobile phone to pay, because using the card physically does not get you the high cashback. As with most high earn cashback cards, there are some conditions to be met before you can get the high earn rate. So check out my review for more details on what these conditions are and whether or not it will fit into your spending habits. Now, if you find any of these cards useful and attractive, please do sign up from my website because you can get additional sign up goodies for yourself and keep me making more content like this. Another card you can consider for your dining use is the CD Cashback card. Take note, not the CD Cashback Plus card, but the CD Cashback card, which can give you 6% cashback on dining, and 5812 and 5814 both are acceptable. They even throw in 5811, which is for caterers. If you somehow need to pay a caterer, this card will come in useful as well. And it is a very good card for groceries, so you can use it in conjunction with your dining. So check out my full review to see whether this card is good for you. But long story short, just spend $800 per month, spend on groceries, petrol, or dining, and you will get a pretty decent cashback rate of either 6 or 8% cashback depending on what you spend on. Another cashback card that you can consider for your dining expenses would be the OCBC 365 credit card, which gives you 6% cashback on dining, which includes 5811, 5812, and 5814. So restaurants, caterers, as well as fast food restaurants are all eligible for the 6% cashback. And I have not been talking about OCBC 365 in a while, but recently I think owing to the higher interest given by OCBC 360 account, This credit card is actually now more viable because it can give you more interest on your cash savings, which can amount to quite a bit. Alright, check out my 360 account review for more details. Now, I'll throw in the StanChart Smart card into this list of cashback cards that give you some cashback for dining places because it does give 6% for places like McDonald's, Subway, Starbucks, Ya-Kun, etc. And it's a rather easy card to use because there's no minimum amount you need to spend on per month, although there is a minimum amount of points you need to collect before you can get your first cashback. Okay, check out my full review again for greater details on this card. Its 6% earn rate is also extended until end of 2023, so I think it's a very good card to consider if you find yourself spending at these merchants quite often and just don't want to bother with hitting the minimum that most cashback cards have. Okay, every single cashback card to this point has a minimum spend per month that you need to clock. So yeah, this card doesn't have, which may be useful for people who don't like to calculate. This video is brought to you by Weeboo, which is giving you an all-time high of $150 when you sign up for the account, deposit $2,000, and make a couple of trades. This is the best sign-up offer they have given to date, and you also enjoy features like fractional trading, which allows you to trade from as low as US $5 per trade, and there are no commission or platform fees currently. So an excellent way to start your investment journey with free money, right? Very low trading fees, and also you support this channel. So thank you for signing up, and thanks to Weeboo for sponsoring this video. The StanChart Smart card can also give you miles instead of cashback, and it is the highest miles earn rate you can get provided you make spend in one of the eligible merchants. So that actually brings us to my list of miles cards to use for dining, and you can use cards like UOB Preferred Platinum Visa, HSBC Revolution, or your Citi Rewards paired with your Amaze card to make your payment at any restaurant or eating place that accepts PayWave. And just like the UOB Evo, you don't have to be bothered whether or not the MCC is 5814, 5812. Okay, as long as they allow you to pay contactless, right, you can get your high earn rate of 4 miles per dollar for these cards. DBS Vantage also gives you 4 miles per dollar or 4% cash back for restaurants as well as drinking places. But this is until the end of December 2022, and we're not sure at this time whether or not it will be extended. I think it might be, but again, okay, subscribe to my Telegram group to receive updates if it is indeed extended. DBS Vantage gives you this earn rate on up to $2,000 of spend per month, whereas the 4 miles per dollar cards I mentioned earlier only gives about $1,000 of spending capacity. So those who spend more on dining would find the DBS Vantage more useful, at least until end of this year. If you need more spending capacity because you're a rich person who spends a lot dining out, you can also consider the Maybank Horizon Visa, which gives you 3.2 miles per dollar on, I think, over $4,000 worth of spending in restaurants, only 5812. Or you can consider the KrisFlyer UOB credit card, which gives you 3 miles per dollar, and there's no cap to the amount of miles you can get under this earn rate, as long as you spend $800 per year on SIA group transactions, which includes Scoot, KrisShop, etc. Now, when it comes to dining, we should also not ignore wallet apps like KrisPay, ShopbackPay, as well as FavePay. These wallet apps actually work in very similar fashion, where you link your card to the app and then you use the app to pay at the particular restaurant, and you will get your credit card rewards as well as bonus rewards from these wallet apps. Take note that transactions performed on these apps actually count as online, so you unlock the possibility of using cards like Citi SMRT card or DBS Women's World Mastercard that gives their high earn rate on online transactions. And also, the MCC of these transactions will follow the underlying merchant. Meaning to say, if you go to a restaurant that accepts, let's say, Kris Plus, right, the transaction that you make will be counted as a restaurant MCC. And therefore, you can also earn rewards from cards that give high rewards on dining, as I mentioned just now. So if you add your cashback earned from your card, let's say 8%, to the cashback earned from the app, another 6% or so, you can get easily over 10+% cashback on your dining. Or for miles, you can get 4 miles from your card and then another 6 miles or 9 miles from the app itself, making 10+ miles per dollar you spend. So you should not ignore the usefulness of these wallet apps, which is why the moment I see an eatery or restaurant having all these QR codes for wallet apps, I'm very happy because I have all of them. And you can again sign up with my referral links to get yourself some sign up bonus and also help keep me making more videos like this. Now, don't forget that these apps also have a lot of in-app vouchers and deals for restaurants and eateries, And I once got more than 25% of discount from using the deals available on these wallet apps. So check them out before you dine out. Now, credit card rewards can be a very volatile game to play, so do subscribe to my Telegram group to keep updated on significant changes and great deals. Also, if you're interested to know what's the best card to use for travel, tap here. Best card to use for something else, tap here. I don't know what video to put here yet, so I'll see you in those videos.